back. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I can hear you.
Hi, Pat. Can you hear me?
Hi, Councilmember. Yes, we can hear you. We are
Okay.
just waiting for two more participants to arrive, and then we will get started.
Okay, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
Good afternoon. We're going to convene the Audit and Finance Subcommittee meeting for August 7. Welcome to all of our members here. Welcome to all of Valley Metro staff. Pat, will you take roll call for us?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. City of Avondale, Councilmember Max White.
Present.
Town of Fountain Hills, Councilmember Peggy McMahon.
Present.
City of Phoenix, Councilmember Laura Pastor.
Present.
City of Tempe, Councilmember Jennifer Adams.
Present.
And City of Tolleson, Vice Mayor Jimmy Davis. He may join us later. Chair, we're ready to proceed.
Thank you so much, Pat. If a committee member would like to ask a question or make a comment during the meeting, please type your comment in your box online and it will be read aloud and answered. All meeting attendees, please mute your computer, microphone, or phone. And for those of us at the dais, we're mute when the red light is off. Item number 1, public comment. The public will be provided an opportunity at this time to address the committee on non-agenda items and all action agenda items for the joint RPTA and VMR meeting agendas. Up to 3 minutes will be provided per speaker unless the chair allows more at their discretion, with a total of 15 minutes for all speakers to be provided. Pat, do we have any public comment today?
No, ma'am, not today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. We'll move to item number 2, Chief Financial Officer's report. We will bring forward now our CFO, Mr. Ken Kessler, to provide this report. Mr. Kessler, good afternoon.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee. We do have our public transportation fund revenues through June 30th. As of the end of the fiscal year 25, we had total revenues for the fiscal year of about $250 million. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong number there. It was $255 million, which was about 2.2% over prior year and about 2% under the budget. Also did want to note, in addition to the PTF revenues update, Valley Metro has been working with MAG, and we continue to work with MAG on updating the process for implementing Prop 479. So as we transition from Prop 400 to Proposition 479 era, there's a number of statutory differences in how the program will be administered. So we've been working very closely with MAG, and MAG has been working with their members as well to begin the rollout and the transition of Prop 479. That concludes my report. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kessler. I'll open up the floor for questions from our committee members. Seeing there are no questions, I believe this report is for information only. We'll move to item number 3. This item we will need to take a vote on. It's our minutes from the June 5th, 2025 AFS meetings. Those were presented in our packets. Hopefully you've had the opportunity to review them up to this point. I did not see any concerns with the minutes or questions. So at this point, I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I motion to approve the minutes. Second.
I have a motion from Council Member Adams and a second from Council Member Pastor. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 The motion passes. Moving to item number 4, FY25 fourth quarter board budget review. We'll have our CFO, Mr. Kessler, introduce this item, and we'll then take questions after the item is presented. Mr. Kessler.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members of the subcommittee, Mike Kearns, our budget supervisor, will present the fourth quarter FY25 budget versus actual report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As Ken mentioned, this is quarter 4, so the slides you will be seeing, 100% is our target through June. So starting with RPTA, we'll begin with the sources of funds. And for operating sources, we're within 91% at this point. And as has been mentioned previously, one item of note, the other is the interest earnings that have been coming in well above what we had planned. Moving to the capital sources for RPTA, those are a bit below just due to timing, and that will vary with the expenditures that we go to claim federal monies for, which usually takes time to all work out. Overall, the capital is 80% within and 87% for total sources. Moving to the uses side, first for operating, we're at 91% for operating expenditures through year to date. A couple of items of note that have been mentioned earlier on this year, demand service and van pool, those came above plan. Overall, we were able to come within 91%, so we didn't have to do a mid-year adjustment, even though those were explained a little bit earlier in the year. For capital, those are a little bit less, 54%. Again, that mainly has to do with timing of major purchases like fleet. And depending on when those come in, those will usually be a little bit less than planned. Overall, we ended up 88% of the target. You have in your packet detailed notes. These are just some highlights. I won't read those all off. I mentioned demand service and van pool previously. I will pause for a second in case there's any questions.
Thank you for a comprehensive budget report, Mr. Kearns. I'll open the floor for any members who may have questions or concerns. I just want to add high commendations to whoever is investing. That's a lot of interest to earn. And I think that fiscal responsibility is vital when we look at providing public services. So it shows that we're stewards not only of the funds that were given to use, but also stewards of funds that were given to invest. So thank you very much, team. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, so Madam Chair, that's the RPTA side, and I can move on to the VMR. And in the same sequence, again, we're looking at 100% target because this is through June. I should also mention these are preliminary numbers. There's still some final accounting transactions to finish up the fiscal year. As we present this, the VMR sources for operating are actually above. That probably does stand out. There's a couple of things to mention there. We did mention previously that for federal funds, we have a higher amount of preventative maintenance grant monies that have come in on the federal side. And for member city contributions, one item of note, when we were doing the 25 budget, South Central Extension was actually going to open up July 1st. As you all know, throughout the budget process last year, that got moved up. So the budget didn't contemplate that for the member city contributions. However, City of Phoenix did want to put $2 million more into their IGA so that they didn't have to reapproach the city council. Therefore, those numbers look a little bit different compared to budget. Moving on to the capital sources. Of course, these are for your large capital projects, and we're at 63% there. Those will definitely vary depending on when all the contractor payments come in, and there's obviously a lot still to finish up accounting-wise for things like South Central, and then we will claim the federal funds. Overall, 72% is what we're at for sources of funds. Moving on to the uses for operating, we came very close to budget, 98%, still under. And for capital, we came in at 75% of plan. Again, these will vary depending on when the timing of the contractor payments and revenue vehicle payments for the large capital projects. The grand total we are at is 79% on the VMR side, uses of funds. The budget notes, same comment. These are in detail in the handout that has been emailed out to you. I won't read through these. In case there's any questions, I'm happy to answer those.
Again, comprehensive reporting. Thank you for highlighting the outlying information, Mr. Kearns. I appreciate that. I don't have any questions. Okay, we'll go to a council member, Adams.
Yes, just for the federal funds that haven't come in yet, because we're finishing up the books, are we anticipating any problems with getting our federal funds?
Madam Chair, Councilmember Adams, thank you for that question. At this time, no. It's obviously a detailed process, a lot of documentation, and at this time, we're still working hard with the federal government, getting all the monies claimed.
But it looks safe.
That would be my take on it.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to hear that.
Well, I appreciate the federal government's engagement with grants because we have to look at the fact as preventative maintenance grants we're harnessing here. And so, ounce of prevention is so much better than a pound of cure. So we really appreciate their support in this space and ensuring that we're able to keep communities connected. Online, are there any questions or concerns? Councilmember, no responses. We're good with questions. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
This item was for information only, so we'll go ahead and move to item number 5. I'm requesting a motion and a second to enter into executive session according to ARS Section 38-431.03A9 to receive the results of the IT change management audit as authorized by ARS Section 38-431.03A9.
So moved.
I need a second. I see we have a motion by Council Member Adams, a second by Council Member McMahon. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we'll adjourn to executive session. Please exit the link that you're on right now to our members online. You were provided a second link and we will see you in that session. To the public, we will return to this link as soon as our convening has concluded. Thank you very much.
I have a question. Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. I appreciate it. And not to ask a stupid question, but are you going to incorporate all these? Is it possible to incorporate all these recommendations? And are we going to take a further look at them?
Councilmember McMahon, this is Ken Kessler. You're on the original meeting. Need to switch over. I don't know, maybe you have both open, but turn this one off, okay?
Okay,
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much for returning from executive session. Item number 6, I'm requesting a motion and a second to direct staff to proceed as indicated in our executive session.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilmember McMahon, a second from Councilmember Pastor. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
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 The motion carries. Thank you so much. I appreciate the reporting, Mr. Condrat. We'll move to item number 7, fiscal year 2026 internal audit plan. I'm going to reach out to our chief auditor, Sabrina Beckstrom, to present this item. Ms. Beckstrom, thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As the chair mentioned, I'm here to present the audit plan for September 2025 through August of 2026. As a reminder, the audit year that we utilize is a little bit separated from the fiscal year to allow for the budgeting process to take place. So we've moved our audit year back a couple of months. The slide contains the definition of internal audit. Internal auditing is an independent, objective assurance and consulting activity designed to add value and improve an organization's operations. That is always what we're intending to do. And this year we went through a robust audit risk assessment process where we looked at potential risks across the industry, things that our peers are seeing. We talked to board members, we talked to staff within Valley Metro, and came up with a selection of audits based on the risks that we see to add to the audit plan this year. And we selected audits for inclusion based on those risks and availability of resources for our audit team. And then, as always, we will evaluate the audit plan throughout the year and make changes as necessary, but we would bring those to you. And you have the full plan in your packet. I will entertain any questions.
There are no questions here at the dais. This plan requires an approval, so I want to ask if there are any questions online. Seeing no questions online, I need to request a motion and a second to approve the September 2025 through August 2026 annual internal audit plan.
So moved.
I have a motion from Councilmember McMahon.
I'll second.
Second.
I have a second here in the room, Councilmember Adams. Any discussion, any questions? I want to pause just to make sure everybody's had the opportunity to take a look at the information included in your packet. I think the plan is solid. I really like the internal and annual focus that we have on our technology and our easily penetrated areas, because we know that we test, what gets measured gets attended to. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you so much, Ms. Beckstrom. Moving to item number 8, internal audit update. Our Chief Auditor, Ms. Beckstrom, will introduce this item. I believe our presenter will be Mr. Condrat.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Our audit manager, Larry Condrat, will present this item.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the subcommittee. Here to present this month's internal audit update. We've completed the IT change management audit, which we just discussed in exec session. And we've also completed 3 internal safety and security audits. And I'm happy to say that there were no findings or caps associated with those audits. We are in the process of drafting the final audit reports for the contract change orders and IT patch management audits. Vehicle disposal process audit, we've completed all the preliminary work and we're completing test work right now. The construction management contract, there are 2 follow-up interviews scheduled for tomorrow. And then hopefully there will be a final report in mid to late September for that audit. There are 4 internal safety and security audits currently being worked on. And we're also preparing for the peer review that's still on track for spring of 2026. Okay, there's been a change. There's 9 recommendations that are in progress. Between the time that I submitted my information for the AFS packet and between today's meeting, one of the newer recommendations has been implemented that had to do with rail operator fitness for duty. And so there are 6 recommendations that have been implemented since the last AFS meeting. So are there any questions pertaining to the outstanding recommendations or the audits?
I do have a question. With the 10, actually now 9 recommendations that are in progress, is there any linchpin holding multiple items up at this point?
Are there any outstanding with multiple items?
Yes.
Yes, the joint procurement manual, there's 3 outstanding recommendations. And they're still undergoing final review and final changes in review. I
Okay,
believe.
so we're outdated on that. We're behind on that. Do we have an ETA at this moment?
I do not.
Yeah, Madam Chair, members of the subcommittee, Jonathan Thatcher, our Director of Contracts and Procurement, had told me yesterday that he's on track to have that finalized by the end of this month.
Thank you so much. I'll open up to additional questions from our members. No additional questions. This item is for information only. Thank you so much, Mr. Conrad. Thank you so much, Mr. Kessler, and also Ms. Beckstrom.
You're welcome.
We'll move to item number 9, intergovernmental agreements, contract change orders, amendments, and awards. We had a great deal of information that we could have gleaned through. This item is presented for information only. If upon review of the data, please reach out to staff, have your staff connect with Valley Metro staff if you have any questions or concerns. Item number 10, report on current events and suggested future agenda items. I'll go to our members online to see if you have any reporting you'd like to share. Councilmember McMahon, none. Vice Mayor Davis, Councilmember Pastor, any items?
Not at this time.
No.
We don't have any here in the room. Thank you all so much for attending today. Our next AFS meeting is scheduled for Thursday, September 4th, 2025 at 12 p.m. I'll entertain the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. And we'll adjourn by consensus. Have a wonderful afternoon. Take care. Thank you all.